Hey guys, so I'm behind the camera today because I thought what I would do is start, I know, another new series. I've been doing a lot of decluttering, just like in my normal life that I'm not filming. I'm just sort of doing it because it needs to be done. So I thought what I would do for some Makeup Mondays, I'm not going to do this every week, just so I can, you know, feature some other stuff, is start to declutter and like inventory the makeup that I have. So what I thought I would do today is just sort of start it off with, you know, like the first thing you put on your face, which is primers. So I've got everything in here that is considered a primer, that I use as a primer or have used as a primer. There's a couple of new things in here, but most of this is like stuff that I've used. So I thought that I would go through all of it, talk about it with you guys, and then sort of like declutter some old expired things that I don't really use, you know, things like that. So this is makeup inventory number 1, Green Beauty Primers edition, I guess. So I'm just gonna take things out one by one out of my little bin, and then we'll sort of talk about it. I guess I'll start with these things first. You're gonna have to excuse, some of this stuff is gonna have like cat hair on it. So these are these are like the tinted things, so that's why I'm just gonna sort of do them first. Oh, I guess I have 4. I have 1. This one I'm gonna declutter because it's the wrong shade. So this is the Suntegrity 5-in-1 natural sunscreen in the shade light, and the light one oxidizes on me. I can't remember if I opened this or not. Yeah, I did. I might end up just throwing this away then, because if it hadn't been opened, I would have tried to pass it along, but I did open it and I don't remember how old it is. So I do have this in the shade Fair in the full size, and the shade Fair works a lot better for me. It doesn't oxidize, it like sort of blends in with my skin tone. Light, I found, would always make me orange. No matter how many times I tried it, no matter what I put on top of it, no matter what I did underneath, this oxidizes and it's not a good product. But I like Fair, so I'm keeping Fair and I'll be decluttering Light. So these are the other 2 sort of like tinted products that I have, both of which I'll be keeping. This is the De Mamiel Atmospheriques Excel Daily Hydrating Nectar. This came as a small size, very small, as a sidekick in a Beauty Heroes box last year, or maybe it was the year before now. I don't remember how long I've had this. And I loved it so much, I went out and bought the full size. The full size at the time was $115, I think. So I paid that much for this, and they've raised the price since then to $128, which is just crazy. I do love this product. I guess I could show you like shade comparison. So I like this one. It's got a pump. So here's the shade Fair. I mean, they all really sort of blend in. They don't, they're not really like tints, which is why I sort of use them as primer. Here's the shade on the De Mamiel product. I do have my like lights on in my bedroom, which are a little bit yellow, so the lighting is not fantastic. And then this is the 3rd one that I've got. This is the Sappho CC Cream in Light. I don't use this on its own, so I do use this as sort of like a primer kind of product. I use it underneath makeup because it's sort of the same. It doesn't have a ton of coverage. It just sort of like evens the skin tone, blurs a little bit. So this is the CC Cream from Sappho. This is the shade Fair in the Suntegrity product, and this is the De Mamiel product. So quite differing, you know, tones that we've got going on here, but really when they blend in, they all sort of like look the same on my skin. This one's a little bit darker. It's also the oldest thing in here, I think. But it's got a 2-year shelf life on it, so I think it's still okay. Doesn't smell funny or anything, so I am gonna keep that, and then I'm gonna go get like a towel to wipe this stuff off. All right, so the next thing, let's just pull this out. This I haven't used in a long time. This is from a company called Earth Diva Cosmetics. If you watch some of my like older videos, you would have seen this a lot. This is a setting powder, but I used it underneath powder foundation. It's been a long time since I've used this actually, and I like liquid sort of primers now that I don't really ever use this, so I think it's time to just finally let this go, empty it out, and recycle the jar. Here's another older one. This is the Juice Beauty. If my thing would focus, I could tell you what it is. Phytopigments Illuminating Primer. This one I've had for quite a while. I don't actually know the date of when I got this. It's been a while, and I haven't used it in a really long time. This is a very liquidy, it's a liquidy primer. And it's one of those ones where it's supposed to like illuminate, you know, your skin underneath. Because this one is so old, and I do have quite a few like illuminating primers that are not expired, I am gonna get rid of this. It doesn't really smell, but I'm not reaching for it. I haven't reached for it in a really long time. But it is a vegan option if you are looking for an illuminating primer. But one that I've got that I like better is from the Organic Skin Co. This is like an illuminating primer as well, and this comes in 2 different shades, and I do have both. So it comes in Rose Gold and it comes in Lunar. So this is the Primp and Prime. You can read the little description here with me. Infused with berries, pomegranate extracts, smooth canvas, flawless makeup application, blah, blah, blah. So this is the, you can see how liquid it is. It's like, it moves around. So that's the Rose Gold shade. And then we'll do, this is the Lunar shade, which is just sort of like white. It sort of came out a lot more than I wanted it to. So you can see this one's sort of like a whiter illuminating primer, which sort of just gives you a nice glow. And this one gives you a little bit of a rose gold glow. So I think either one of these would be like a good, this one's a little bit more champagne-y, but they all do the same thing. They just sort of like illuminate the skin. And I do like these ones better because they're not as liquidy. The Juice Beauty one is just, it is a little too liquidy for me. I do prefer things that are a bit thicker. So I'm gonna keep the Organic Skin Co ones and get rid of that one. So then another sort of like illuminating primer I've got is the Vapor one. So this is the old, the old Vapor packaging. So this is the Stratus Soft Focus Skin Perfector in 902, which is their yellow shade. They do have a couple of other shades, or they did. They don't anymore. Oh, here, it was upside down. But they both contained carmine. So here's what this one looked like. It sort of actually looks like that Lunar primer from the Organic Skin Co. So then they did a packaging update and they updated to glass packaging. So I did buy that, I think, or maybe I got it from Beauty Heroes, I can't remember. Or maybe I got it from them. This one's actually liquidier. I have never compared the two against each other. I don't know if the formula changed in between their packaging updates of, you know, the Vapor 1.0 and then Vapor 2.0, but even the color looks a little bit different, maybe just because it's a bit runnier. But yeah, I've been trying to use this one up, and I don't know how old it is, and I don't know how long how much is left in here. But I probably should throw it away, but I know that I've got this one as well, so I'm like debating. I might try to finish this one up, and whatever is left by the end of November, I'll just toss it, and then I'll switch over to this one. But even really, I don't really need this one because I've got the Organic Skin Co one. I did like the version 1 better because it feels more primer-like, where the version 2.0 feels, I don't know, I guess it ends up with sort of the same feel, but it is a bit liquidier. So I'm not sure what that's about. I don't know. I don't remember there being a formula difference between the two, but maybe there was. And I do think they have this now in Vapor 3.0 packaging, which has gone back to plastic, which kind of sucks because they were doing so good with sustainability and then they switched. But yeah, I've talked about that already. But they've got 3 different primers now. Instead of, they had a stick primer before and they had this primer. Now they've got 3 different primers. Here's one of the other ones. I do have this. I haven't tried it yet. It's the Essential Daily Primer. So the primer that I think is going to compare most to this is their Gentle Illuminating Primer. I don't know. I think it's the same. It only comes in 1 shade now, but it says it's a radiant, refined radiant canvas. It's got illuminating primer, which I think is what is supposed to be this. So I think they still have it, but only in the 1 shade, which I think is this shade actually, the 902 shade. I feel like the ingredients might be different. It looks like there's prickly pear in here, elderberry, which I don't remember what the ingredients were for these. And then the other primers that they've got are the Essential Daily Primer, which is this one here. which is for all skin types, where this one was for like normal and dry, or the illuminating primers for normal and dry. And then, so those are the only 2 primers they got. I thought they had 3 different primers, but I'm only seeing two on the website. So yeah, they've got 2 different primers now. So I think one that compares to this, and then they've got the Essential Daily Primer. I'm going to keep both of these for now. I'm going to try to use this one up through November, and then switch over to this one. But this is the Essential Daily Primer, which is supposed to be for all skin types. Featherweight primer with a fresh silky feel for all skin types, as I've already said. So this is this one. Again, not glass packaging. And then here is, it's just sort of like a cream, like a creamy, oops, I touched the other one. Let's touch this one. Yeah, it's just sort of like a lotiony one. It doesn't have like any kind of silicone-y feel, where the illuminating primer that they've got is supposed to have more of like a silicone feel without any silicones. So yeah, I'm also going to hang on to that one because that one's brand new. This one I use as a primer. I think it's meant to be a primer. It's the Fit Glow Redness Rescue Cream. This is the 2nd bottle of this that I've gone through. Let's see, I'm about halfway through this one. I really love this stuff when I'm having like a really red day. So I do use this as like a primer. Sometimes I'll put something else on top of it. So maybe I'll use this, and then I'll use like the Suntegrity sunscreen or something like that before I put foundation on, because I like to use this one. This one helps a lot with redness. But I also use this one on its own sometimes, and then I'll do like powder foundation over top of it or something. So this is great if you've got redness. This one is also good, or it was, because it's more of like a yellow, so it also helps with redness. And then so do these sort of more like tinted options also help with redness. So here's one that I'm going to get rid of just because it's a bit older, and I've got so many primers that are kind of like this now that I don't really need to keep this one around, especially because it's older, like I said. So once this focuses, this is the Inica Pure Primer with hyaluronic acid. I did really like this, but I think I've got so many that I need to like try, and others that I've got that I need to just let this one go at this point just so I can give the others a try. But this was a good primer. It was sort of more a sort of like lotion, sort of again that like lotion like consistency, that it looks like the vapor primer that I just pumped out. And it has sort of like that same, just like sort of lotiony feel. It had the hyaluronic acid in it, so it did help hydrate skin, which is very nice, especially under like powder foundations or, you know, even liquid foundations. It was really nice. So I would recommend this, and I probably would pick this up again, but I just have so many others that it's time to let it go. Okay, so I've got 2 of these. One is expired and needs to go, and one is not expired and can stay. So the Hint Sun Prep, which one is older? The Sun Prep 30 is the older one, and the Sun Prep 25 is the new one. I actually didn't realize until I'd pulled both of these out that they had lowered the SPF on it. The zinc amount is the same, so I'm a little confused as to why the titanium dioxide amount is the same. So I'm confused as to why the sunscreen, the SPF factor's gone down. The ingredients are slightly different. I can't go through and like figure out which ones are, but I looked through it and I noticed there were some differences. So this one actually, if we can focus on this, expired 5/31/17. I mean, it's been a while since I've used this, and I still pumped it out and it doesn't smell bad. So I mean, but I have this, I have a full size of another one, so I don't need to be keeping the other one around. This one does have an expiration date of 9/19, so technically it's expired, but it still hasn't been used. So I'm gonna keep it around because, I mean, you guys know me, I do tend to use things past their expiration date with no shame. This one is newer as well, so this one will be staying. This is the Hint Skin Prep. So it's the Bioactive Marine Complex silicone-free serum, so it's supposed to be more of just like a primer, where the other one is like an SPF primer. So I wouldn't say this has like a silicone feel, but it does have like a nice smooth feel, and this isn't one that I've actually used yet, so I can't give too much a review on it. It is newer. I think I got this one over the summer. I can't remember. I do believe it came, oh, maybe I've had it for longer than I realized. I do believe it came in one of those Detox Market gift with purchase bundles. But you're supposed to put this on before SPF. So I guess you could probably put this on and then put the sun prep on top of it. Give that a try. But yeah, I'm going to keep that. And then two others that I'm going to be keeping as well. This one is new. This is the Physicians Formula Organic Wear Mineral Primer with cactus flower. I have just gotten this one recently, so I won't be, you know, getting rid of it. But it's, again, it's another one of those sort of more like lotion-based primers. This feels more like sunscreen than anything else. I don't know if it's something else that I've got on my hand, but something smells like ginger. I don't know if it's this or not. It probably isn't. But yeah, so I'm going to keep that. And then the other one that I've got, I really like this one. This is the Alima Pure Smooth and Prime. I sort of use this one as like a pore filler. I don't know how it compares to like conventional pore fillers, you know, like the Porefessional or whatever those are, whatever the ones they have out there, because I've never used those, but I sort of use this like that, and it has like the most silicone feel of any of the other primers that I've got. So if you're looking for something that has like a silicone feel, I think that you might want to give this a shot. And I only put this on the areas of my face where I have the biggest pores. So I smooth it over my nose, I smooth it over my cheeks, I smooth it in my forehead and my chin, because that's really where my giant pores are. And I find it helps. I mean, it doesn't eliminate them completely, because nothing will. My pores are just like larger than life. But I feel like it does help smooth and like give me a more even application than if I was not. And then like the powder sort of like sunk into my pores, and then I just had more of like a holy face than, you know, like a smooth face. So I do really like this one. I use it a lot. It's one of my most used primers. So let's get my, my phone out of the way here. So I will be getting rid of these 5. 3 because they're expired, 1 because they don't work, and 1 I'm just, you know, sort of over it. And I'm keeping more than I should probably. But I mean, like, once some of these go, like, I don't know, I only need 1 of these, you know, like as they go, I'll probably keep the lunar one over the rose gold, and we'll sort of see how the vapor one compares to some of the others that I've got. Because I mean, there are products in here that I wouldn't necessarily rebuy because they are very similar to other things. So maybe what I'll do is like give all of these a test and then sort of do like a primer update, going over like which ones I feel are the best, or giving sort of more of like a review of some of these, because this was more just like, you know, like a overview of the ones that I've got. So maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll give it a couple of weeks. I'll try some of these, like the ones that I haven't tried, like this one, you know, give the new vapor one a try, and then do like sort of a redo in a couple of weeks. So I think, yeah, I think that's all that I've got for this video. I won't be doing these, like I said, every single week, because I've got other makeup stuff that I want to do, but today's sort of a weird day. You know, Oliver got sick. He's in the other room with a fever. He's just been watching Paw Patrol and sort of like lounging all day. And then, yeah, I mean, because I didn't know what else I wanted to do for today, and this was something sort of quick that I could do, you know, while he is moaning in the other room. But yeah, so I guess that's everything. But yeah, like I was saying, is I probably won't do these like every week. So like next week you won't see foundations, but you probably will in a couple of weeks' time. And then, you know, we'll get into concealers eventually, and blush and highlighter and bronzer and eyeshadow and like every other thing that I've got. So, and then I do want to do this with skincare also, but I won't be doing those on Mondays, obviously, because Monday is Makeup Monday, not Skincare Monday. So eventually I'll be doing, you know, all my cleansers, all my toners, all my serums, all my oils. It's gonna get crazy, you know, over the next 12 months, going over, you know, all my inventory or whatever. So yeah, I hope that you guys enjoy this. Let me know what your favorite primer is. If you didn't see it here, or like what primer you've tried, or maybe you've tried some of these, like what is your opinion on these? And then let me know like what other primers you like. Not that I'm gonna be picking any up, but you know, just for reference. So hope that you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.